Radio, and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Supreme Court directs centre and states to provide time schedule for filling up vacancies of information commissioners. Human Resources Development Minister Prakash Javadekar calls for increasing the gross enrollment ratio in higher education from 26% in the current year to 40% in the coming years. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis convenes all-party meeting in Mumbai tomorrow to discuss the Maratha reservation issue. Guru Purnima being celebrated in many parts of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greets people on the occasion. Longest lunar eclipse of the century to take place tonight. International Monetary Fund warns China against aggressive economic stimulus. The Supreme Court today directed the centre and states to file an affidavit giving a time schedule on filling vacancies in central and state information commissions. The Apex Court said, at present there are 4 vacancies in the Central Information Commission and 4 more will be created by December. The Apex Court also expressed concern over pendency of cases in State Information Commission SIC and asked states to file affidavits in 4 weeks, giving time schedule to fill vacancies. The court said it would take a strict view if the centre or states fail to reply within 4 weeks. The 10th edition of the BRICS Summit will conclude today. On the concluding day of the summit, BRICS leaders are participating in the retreat session of BRICS to take stock of the achievements in the last decade of collaboration and the way forward. A report.
The leaders are also meeting for the BRICS outreach dialogue between BRICS leaders and the African countries of Ethiopia, Angola, Zambia, Namibia, Senegal, Gabon, Togo, Uganda and Rwanda, which will be chaired by the South African President Cyril Ramaphosa. The summit began on Wednesday with the keynote address delivered by the African President and host of this year's summit on how to enhance intra-BRICS cooperation. The theme for this year is BRICS in Africa, collaboration for inclusive growth and shared prosperity in the 4th Industrial Revolution. Yesterday, the Johannesburg Declaration was adopted with member states affirming their commitment to the principles of democracy and inclusiveness and respect for the rule of law. The Prime Minister concluded several bilateral agreements with China, South Africa, Argentina, Angola, Russia in various fields of agriculture, defense, space, skill development, trade and investment, and healthcare and education. Bilateral agreements with some other countries are also expected to be signed before the Prime Minister returns to India this evening. This is Reena Sonowal with Saurabh Kumar, Johannesburg for AIR News.
Human Resources Development Minister Prakash Javadekar today called for increasing the gross enrollment ratio in higher education from 26% in the current year to 40% in the coming years to match with the developed countries. He said lack of innovation and quality research is the foremost challenge for the country. He was chairing a 3-day national conference of vice-chancellors and directors in New Delhi. Mr. Javadekar said a software has been developed which will be made available to all universities to stop plagiarism. He said quality expansion and teaching reform is the need of the hour.
क्वालिटी और टीचर रिफॉर्म ये सबसे महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे आज है क्योंकि क्वालिटी की दरकार है। मुझे खुशी है रिपोर्ट करते समय कि स्वयं 1 साल में बेहतरीन कामयाबियां हासिल की है। 1000 से ज्यादा कोर्सेस और 24 लाख से ज्यादा यूजर्स उसको मिले हैं। ये बहुत बड़ी सफलता है स्वयं की, ये हमारी सबकी सफलता है।
Amid the ongoing Maratha reservation agitation, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has decided to convene a meeting of leaders of all parties in Mumbai tomorrow to discuss the issue. The decision was taken at a meeting chaired by the Chief Minister at his cabinet colleague Vinod Tavade's residence late last night, which was attended by BJP ministers Chandrakant Patil, Girish Mahajan, Subhash Deshmukh, the party's state unit chief Rao Sahib Danve, among others. Revenue Minister Chandrakant Patil said invitations for tomorrow's meeting to be held at Vidhan Bhavan will be sent today. State BJP Chief Danve said the BJP government in the state was committed to providing reservation to the community and hence passed an ordinance to the effect. However, the court put a stay on the government's decision. Slamming the opposition, he claimed the Congress and the NCP dilly-dallied over the issue for years, but the present government has taken steps to provide reservation to the Marathas. Guru Purnima, also known as Vyas Purnima, is being celebrated in many parts of the country today. On this day, thousands of devotees express their gratitude towards their gurus for enlightenment. A guru is considered to be a person who removes all darkness from our lives and brings light. Lord Buddha, it is believed, had given his first sermon after achieving enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. He travelled to Sarnath from Bodh Gaya and had given his sermon on the full moon day. Thus the followers of Buddha worship him on this day. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greeted people on the occasion of Guru Purnima. In a tweet, he said, "Our society holds teachers in very high esteem, and teachers always inspire and bring out the best in us." Today's total lunar eclipse will be this century's longest eclipse. The eclipse will begin a little before midnight at about 11:15 p.m. and will last for an hour and 43 minutes. The eclipse can be seen from all over the country when there are no clouds. The eclipse will also be visible from countries in Africa, Central Asia, South America, Europe and Australia. A report.
As the shadow glides across the surface of the moon, it takes on a distinctive red glow, an effect caused by the bending of light in Earth's atmosphere, obviously from where the term blood moon comes. While the longest blood moon in history is happening, Mars will be only 35.9 million miles from Earth. According to experts, this is the closest that the red planet has been to Earth in 15 years. It is occurring at a time when the moon is at its farthest distance from the Earth, therefore it will be the longest total lunar eclipse in this century. This time the moon would pass right through the center of the Earth's shadow, which makes it the first central lunar eclipse after the one in June 2011. Seema Singh, News Desk.
The Soil Health Card scheme has been among the key farmer welfare programs implemented in recent years. The scheme is aimed at evaluating fertility in farm holdings across the country and issuing soil health cards to farmers regularly in a cycle of 2 years. The scheme has assisted farmers in adopting best practices to obtain high quantity and quality yield of a variety of crops in the coastal state of Goa, where land is a scarce resource. So far, over 35,000 farmers have been covered under the scheme in the state. Here is a ground report from our Panaji correspondent on it.
The central government soil health card scheme is aimed at helping farmers to improve productivity through judicious use of inputs. The scheme has benefited farmers by providing crop-wise recommendations of nutrients and fertilizers required for individual farms. Central Goa's Savoy-Verem-based farmer Mahesh Shilkar, a beneficiary of the scheme, talks about the positive changes to traditional farming resulting from the scheme.
मेरा नाम श्री महेश साजू शिलकर, गोवा के फोंडा तहसील के सावेवेरे गांव में मैं रहता हूं। मेरी परंपरागत सुपारी की और काजू की खेती है। सुपारी की लागत में मसाला पौधे और केले की भी लागत है। शिक्षा के बाद जब से मैंने खेती में पूरी तरह ध्यान देना शुरू किया, तब से वैज्ञानिक और व्यावसायिक दृष्टि से हर बात को मैं समझने और करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं। जबकि सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड की घोषणा की और सुविधाएं किसानों के लिए उपलब्ध कराई, तो किसानों को ये बहुत फायदेमंद रहा है। हमारी गांव में ही एक रायकर कृषि विद्यालय करके एक कृषि विद्यालय है। उस विद्यालय के छात्रों ने अध्यापकों और किसानों के साथ सॉइल सैंपलिंग की मुहिम चलाई और गोवा सरकार के विभागीय कृषि कार्यालय ने मिट्टी का परीक्षण करवाया। जब उसकी रिपोर्ट सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड के रूप में हाथ में मिली, तब हमें मालूम हो गया कि मेरी मिट्टी और पौधों का स्वास्थ्य बनाए रखने के लिए क्या आवश्यक है और उसके मुताबिक काम करना शुरू किया। उसके बाद कृषि अधिकारियों ने सॉइल हेल्थ कार्ड के अनुसार पौधे लगाना और उर्वरक और बाकी चीजों के संदर्भ में मार्गदर्शन किया। उसके कारण खेती में बढ़ोतरी हुई और ज्यादा लाभ भी हुआ।
By providing specific and precise information on soil nutrients and crop-wise recommendations, the Soil Health Card scheme is helping Goan farmers diversify their crop production and increase their yield. This has led to optimization of cultivable land in the state and is expected to significantly contribute towards increasing farmers' income. With Mukesh Thali, Saikat Sarkar from Goa for AIR.
This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has warned China against aggressive economic stimulus. It said China must resist taking aggressive steps as they could add to excessive debt levels, leading to an abrupt adjustment. The IMF warning contained in a policy report comes today after Chinese leaders earlier this week signaled a shift towards looser fiscal policy to help barricade the world's second-largest economy against global economic turbulence. After more than a year of aggressively cracking down on dangerously high debt levels, China's cabinet on Monday said it would be more active in stimulating the economy, citing external uncertainties. A key congressional committee in the U.S. has unanimously passed a bill on Tibet, under which Chinese officials responsible for discriminating against Americans who try to enter Tibet would be banned from entering the U.S. The legislation seeks to ensure that Americans are given the same access to Tibet that Chinese citizens have to the U.S. It was passed by the House Judiciary Committee on Wednesday. The bill now moves to the House of Representatives. In Pakistan, Election Commission today issued results for 250 out of 270 contested seats of the National Assembly. Imran Khan's Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has got 109 seats, Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz 62, Pakistan People's Party 42. Independents with 12 seats are the next biggest group of winners. Meanwhile, Imran Khan has claimed victory in the elections. In a television address yesterday, he said his party was successful and was given a mandate. On the other hand, Nawaz Sharif's party, PMLN, and a host of smaller parties have rejected the results, alleging vote rigging and manipulation. PMLN has decided in principle not to boycott Parliament on the issue of poll rigging and play an aggressive role while sitting on the opposition benches in the National Assembly. The nation remembers former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his third death anniversary today. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu tweeted that Dr. Kalam was a great son of our soil who, from humble background, rose to dizzying heights and became the president through hard work and perseverance. Remembering Dr. Kalam, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting Rajyavardhan Rathore has tweeted that Dr. Kalam was a visionary leader and a strong believer in India's immense potential, whose brilliance will keep inspiring India for generations to come. Popularly known as People's President and Missile Man of India, Dr. Kalam passed away in Shillong on the 27th of July 2015 while delivering a lecture to students. DMK President Karunanidhi is suffering from urinary tract infection and fever. Mr. Karunanidhi is receiving treatment under the medical care of a team of doctors and nurses. Visitors continue to stream to his residence and inquire about his health. Leaders of various political parties have wished him for his speedy recovery. President Ramnath Kovind and Prime Minister Narendra Modi today spoke to DMK President M. Karunanidhi's family members on the phone and inquired about his health. Mr. Kovind wished the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu quick recovery. The government has extended the due date for filing income tax returns for certain taxpayers by 1 month till the 31st of August 2018. Earlier, the date for filing income tax returns for assessment year 2018-19 was the 31st of this month. The Finance Ministry said this in a statement yesterday. The decision will provide relief to taxpayers who are yet to file their income tax returns. Domestic stocks logging records on every session of this week. Today set another lifetime high in afternoon trade. Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange and Nifty at the National Stock Exchange jumped by around 0.8%. Sensex crossed the 37,000 mark, while Nifty achieved 11,250 level. The Sensex climbed 293 points to 37,277. Nifty surged 84 points to 11,252. Rupee in afternoon deals at the forex market also appreciated 3 paise to 68 rupees and 63 paise. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Supreme Court directs centre and states to provide time schedule for filling up vacancies of information commissioners. Human Resources Development Minister Prakash Javadekar calls for increasing the gross enrollment ratio in higher education from 26% in the current year to 40% in the coming years. Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis convenes all-party meeting in Mumbai tomorrow to discuss the Maratha reservation issue. Guru Purnima being celebrated in many parts of the country. Prime Minister Narendra Modi greets people on the occasion. Longest lunar eclipse of the century to take place tonight. And International Monetary Fund warns China against aggressive economic stimulus. For details of these stories and more, log on to our website www.newsonair.nic.in. And with that, we end the Midday News.